Are you trying to ditch the diet roller coaster, but you love dessert? I've got you. My name is Ellen Allard of Ellen's Healthy Kitchen, and I help you plant your plate one healthy meal at a time. Let's dig in. I'm going to be making something that I call breakfast cookies, but the truth is I eat them at all hours of the day. It's great for a meal substitute because it's got the equivalent of making a bowl of oatmeal in a couple of the cookies. And you can also easily just have it for a snack, maybe with a little cup of tea. I'm going to read the ingredients to you with amounts, so if you want to jot them down, you can. But otherwise, I'm going to be putting the recipe in the show notes below. Let's take a look at the ingredients first. 2 mashed bananas. I will be using a half a cup of PB Fit, which is a powdered peanut butter powder. This one happens to have sugar in it. If you don't want the sugar or you add a peanut butter powder without sugar, just modify the sweetener later on in the recipe. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a tablespoon of chia seeds, a quarter of a cup of pure maple syrup, a half a cup of pumpkin seeds, 2/3 of a cup of dried cranberries, 2 cups of rolled oats. These are the sprouted kind that I get at Costco. I'm going to throw in just a couple of tablespoons of cacao nibs. You can use chocolate chips if you'd like. 2 tablespoons of raw cacao powder. First thing I'm going to do is peel the bananas. I have to say that I wish the bananas were a little bit more ripe, but that's okay. They're ripe enough. If they were spotted, it would be even better because then they're sweeter. So we take the bananas, we peel them. I'm going to cut these bananas into slices. It'll just make it easier to mash it. And I'm going to finish mashing with the fork now. I think what I'm going to do is take this and first reconstitute the peanut butter powder. This is a 1/4 cup measure, so I will do 2 of these. And there's 1, that's a 1/4 cup. And here is the other 1/4 cup. Right into the okay, another tablespoon. So far I've got 2 tablespoons, and I can tell it's still not quite enough. I'd rather do it 1 tablespoon at a time than add too much at once. Okay, it's getting there. I think it still needs 1 more tablespoon maybe. I'll try that. It's getting there, you can see. And this, by the way, is great. Just on its own, you can make a peanut butter sandwich with this. So you see, it's just about, you see that? I squish it, it squishes just like peanut butter. I'm adding in the PB Fit, and I'm gonna allow myself to lick this spoon. I can because there's no eggs in it. You know, I forgot to preheat the oven, so I'm gonna do that. 375. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1, 2, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Normally I use a liquid measuring cup, but I'm being a little lazy. So this measuring cup will do. A half a cup pumpkin seeds. 2/3 of a cup dried raspberries. 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs. You can have the chocolate chips like I mentioned. And by the way, I think you could have also used stevia drops or powdered stevia if you wanted, or monk fruit. I want 2 cups, so I need 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to start with my fork. And you can see it's just starting to come together. It takes a little bit of elbow grease to mix this all up, and then also being really careful to not spill it outside of the bowl. That's why a bigger bowl would have worked better, but that's okay, we're here. I am going to make a decision, even though it's not in the recipe, to add a little bit of sea salt. Salt always enhances the flavor of everything. You certainly don't need it. I didn't use it the last time, but I just decided to use it. All right. Now, I remember when I made these the last time, it felt like they weren't going to hold together, but they did. And they came out so great that I'm actually making an extra batch. I doubled it because I want to have these for our Thanksgiving dessert, which I'm going to be serving chocolate ice cream made in the Ninja Creamy. You got to really make sure that the solid stuff like the PB Fit powder that I reconstituted, you want to make sure it's all mixed in. You don't want to end up making half of the cookies and then find that the other half still has blobs of the PB Fit. You really want to make sure it's mixed in. Remember I said you have to use some elbow grease? I think that that's good. I'm going to get my tray out. If you've never seen these parchment baking sheets, what I do with them, you see how they roll up? What I do with them is I take them, I actually push them like that. It doesn't roll up on you. I'm going to be using a cookie or ice cream scoop. Take it and just put it down like this. I've used my fingers to press them down. I have a little cup of water right here off to the side. You can't see it, but I will periodically dip my fingers in it. Like I said, I'm going to use about half of the batter. See, I'm going to wet just the 3 fingers. Press this down. Try to keep them into somewhat of a cookie shape. It works pretty well. It's a little fussy, so it looks like I'll be able to get 3 in a row. Wet my fingers again. It's okay for them to be fairly close to each other, the cookies, because they don't spread. That's about half of the batter. I'm going to leave the rest in the bowl and then add some cacao powder to make them chocolatey. Yum, don't these look so good? I can't wait. They're pretty hearty cookies, or breakfast pucks, whatever you want to call them. I could see easily eating 2 of these for breakfast. Okay, so those are done. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. Yeah. Okay. And the nice thing also about these is that they freeze really well. So you could really take them all. That's what I did the last time I made them. You could just put them all in the freezer. You can defrost them in the microwave, or you can let them sit out for, probably doesn't take more than an hour to defrost them. I wonder what else would be good in these besides, I mean, I think that it really lends itself to a lot of different options. So you could do anything, chopped walnuts. You could do a hazelnut version, might be really, really good. Might be good to make a Nutella, like a whole food plant-based oil-free Nutella, and then use that as one of the flavorings. I think that would be good. You know what might be good is, it might be fun. You know the dried, you can find it, I've seen it at Trader Joe's. It's like strawberry or berry. Probably could have made a few more of them without the chocolate, because I have right now equal numbers of, I have 6 of each, and I still have batter left with the chocolate in it. This is the empty bowl. This is what's left. Yeah, it's really good. I'm going to add a little bit of Maldon salt at the top. Okay, not too much, just a little tiny bit. Remember I said that the salt really enhances the flavor. Probably could have made another 1 or 2 cookies. This one's a little on the big side, so is this one. They look sensational. And into the oven they go for 10 to 12 minutes. Meet me back here and I will show you the result. The cookies came out perfect. Let me show you. Take a look at those beauties. Let me give you a closer look. Are those not gorgeous? And they are going to sit on the counter for, I don't know, however long it takes for them to come to room temperature, and then I will eat one and freeze the rest. How thrilling would this be to serve this to company? You could do this with some fruit salad, Add a little bit of chopped fresh mint to the fruit salad, maybe a little squeeze of lime juice and a little bit of either stevia or maple syrup or date syrup. And you have a beautiful, delicious, healthy dessert. Whole food, plant-based, oil-free, and in my case, gluten-free because the oats are gluten-free. You don't have to use gluten-free oats if you don't need to. Just use non-gluten-free oats. But this is a great way to make a super simple, easy, portable. You're running out of the house. You want to make sure you have something with you. I would love it if you would click on the thumbs up so that YouTube knows you liked it. And also leave me a comment. Let me know if you have an idea of what other add-ins I could use to make these cookies with. And then also, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe because that's going to help the algorithm know that my videos are worth watching and that you like them as well. My name is Ellen Allard of Ellen's Healthy Kitchen, and I help you plant your plate one healthy meal at a time. A half, that was a lot of an explanation, half a cup of nut butter, of a half a cup. Add a little more sweetener later on in the recipe.